there's lots of variance across countries in terms of happiness, where some folks self-report in different countries self-report like really high happiness, whereas right now in the US, not so much. It doesn't correlate with the stuff you'd think it correlates with, like material wealth overall in a country. It does correlate with some structural factors, like inequality, it turns out, is really bad for happiness. It's one of the reasons I think the US takes such a hit, is that we're such an unequal nation. But it really seems to hang on different countries' practices. And so surprising, Bhutan's up there, but not like one of the highest ones. The highest ones tend to be sort of Scandinavian countries, think Denmark, kind of, Sweden, that kind of thing. Places like Costa Rica. So really close-knit Latin American countries are pretty good. And they tend to have a couple of features in common, right? I mean, first, kind of getting to a lot of the stuff you talk about on your podcast, they tend to be eating stuff that's like, really close to the plant sources and like comes from their kind of native environment and stuff. They also tend to spend a lot of time being social. So they have rich community ties, lots of other oriented behavior. But they're also kind of present. Like they spend a lot of time savoring, being in the present moment. Like, Scandinavian countries have this idea of hygge, the HYGGE that a lot of folks have made a lot of, which is like kind of comfort and take savoring in these cold months. And so those are the kinds of practices that we know empirically seems to boost up well-being.
So savoring, that is quite a concept. It's something that we are not good at. We rush through our life, we rush through our food, we rush through experiences, and we don't actually stop and smell the roses. Essentially what you're talking about is just be. We're human doings, not human beings for the most part. And that happiness comes from actually just being and noticing and watching and sitting.